What if I told you that one simple choice you make before bed could either supercharge your body's ability to build muscle, repair tissue, and sink into deep restorative sleep, or completely shut those processes down? Most people believe muscle is built in the gym. But here's the truth. The real transformation, the strength gains, the metabolic upgrades, the structural repair, happens while you sleep. During the night, your body floods with growth hormone. It rebuilds torn muscle fibers, rebalances your nervous system, and lays the foundation for real physical change. But there's one nighttime habit, one that seems harmless, maybe even comforting, that quietly sabotages all of it. And no, this isn't just about muscle. This same behavior wrecks your deep sleep, throws off your hormones, and leaves you waking up tired, inflamed, and under-recovered, no matter how many hours you spent in bed. So what's the culprit? It's what and when you eat in those final hours before your head hits the pillow. This isn't some blanket attack on late-night snacking. It's about understanding the way your evening nutrition interacts with your body's internal clock, your recovery hormones, and your sleep cycles, especially the deep non-REM stages where real regeneration happens. Here's what the science says. Foods high in sugar and saturated fat, especially close to bedtime, can suppress deep sleep, raise nighttime cortisol, and blunt muscle protein synthesis. And if you're over 30, when natural growth hormone and testosterone already start to dip, this hits even harder. In this video, I'm going to break down 6 powerful science-backed strategies to help you optimize your evening nutrition. You'll learn what foods to ditch and why they're hurting more than helping, what to prioritize to support recovery, hormone function, and deep sleep. Simple protocols you can start using tonight to wake up stronger, sharper, and more recovered. If something in this clicked, if you're thinking, why didn't I know this sooner? Then take action. Like this video so the algorithm knows this matters. Drop a comment below. Which protocol are you going to test tonight? I read a lot of them. Subscribe and turn on notifications because this channel exists to help you master your biology using tools grounded in real neuroscience and physiology. Let's fix your recovery. Let's upgrade your sleep. Let's build your body, starting tonight. Have you ever wondered why some nights you toss and turn despite feeling exhausted? Or why you wake up feeling groggy even after a full 8 hours in bed? The answer might be sitting on your dinner plate, or more specifically, when that dinner hits your stomach. Think of your body as a sophisticated timepiece, not just a simple engine that burns fuel. Every part of you, from your heart and liver to your muscles and brain, operates on a precise 24-hour schedule. This isn't just poetic language, it's biological fact. At the control center sits a tiny cluster of cells in your brain called the suprachiasmatic nucleus, nestled right in your hypothalamus. Picture it as the conductor of an orchestra, keeping all your body's systems playing in harmony. But here's what's fascinating. This conductor isn't working alone. Throughout your body, you have what scientists call peripheral clocks, timing mechanisms in your organs, muscles, and even fat tissue. These local timekeepers take their cues not just from sunlight, but from something you might not expect, your eating schedule. Late-night eating creates chaos in your body's internal scheduling system, especially when you reach for high-calorie, fatty, or sugary foods. It's like telling your orchestra that it's morning when everyone was getting ready for the evening finale. Recent research has shown us exactly what happens during this confusion. When you eat at odd hours, the clocks in organs like your liver and pancreas start marching to a different beat than your brain's master clock. This internal discord has real consequences. Your stress hormone cortisol rises when it should be falling, your blood sugar stays elevated longer than it should, and your overall metabolic health takes a hit. But the impact goes beyond just metabolism. This timing mismatch directly interferes with your sleep quality in ways you might not realize. Your sleep quality suffers in ways you might not even realize when your internal clocks fall out of sync. When your internal clocks are out of sync, you experience what researchers call disrupted sleep architecture. The natural structure of your sleep cycle gets scrambled. During a normal night, you cycle through different stages of sleep, including the crucial deep sleep phase called slow-wave sleep. This is when your body does its most important repair work. Growth hormone surges, tissues rebuild, and your brain consolidates memories. But when you eat late, you spend less time in this restorative stage. You might also wake up more frequently throughout the night, even if you don't remember these brief awakenings. The result? You wake up feeling like you never truly rested, despite spending plenty of time in bed. Does this sound familiar? Have you ever noticed that after a heavy or sweet late-night meal, your dreams seem more vivid or chaotic? Or that you wake up feeling unrested despite logging 8 hours of sleep? That's your circadian rhythm trying to tell you something. Aging makes your body's internal clock more fragile, turning what used to be minor evening eating habits into major sleep disruptors. The strong signals that once clearly distinguished day from night start to weaken. It's like the conductor's baton isn't quite as decisive as it used to be. This age-related change makes us more vulnerable to disruption from mistimed eating. What might have barely affected your sleep in your 30s or 40s can significantly impact your rest and recovery in your 50s, 60s, and beyond. The stakes are higher too. Quality sleep becomes increasingly important for maintaining muscle mass, cognitive function, and overall health as we age. Poor sleep doesn't just make you tired. It can affect your body's ability to regulate hormones like testosterone and growth hormone that are crucial for maintaining strength and vitality. Understanding what happens in your brain during late-night eating reveals why this habit is so disruptive to sleep. Your hypothalamus, the same area that houses your master clock, becomes active processing your meal when it should be winding down for the night. Your core body temperature rises from digestion when it should be naturally cooling to prepare for sleep. Your blood sugar remains elevated longer than normal, and perhaps most importantly, your brain's production of melatonin gets suppressed. Melatonin is often called the sleep hormone, and for good reason. It's the chemical signal that tells your brain it's time to sleep. Research has shown that even a modest late-night meal can delay melatonin production by up to 90 minutes in healthy adults. Imagine trying to fall asleep when your brain hasn't even started releasing its natural sleep signal yet. The solution is refreshingly simple and doesn't require expensive supplements or complicated protocols. It's actually quite straightforward. Eat more of your calories earlier in the day and aim to finish eating at least 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. This timing gives your insulin levels time to normalize, allows your digestive system to wind down, and creates the right conditions for melatonin and growth hormone to do their jobs during the early hours of sleep. If you work late hours or exercise in the evening, you don't need to skip meals entirely. The key is being strategic about what and how much you eat before bed. Focus on lighter options if you must eat late, and save your larger, more complex meals for earlier in the day. Sleep represents far more than just rest. It's when your body performs its most critical repair and maintenance work. During quality sleep, your muscles repair and grow, your brain clears out toxins, your immune system strengthens, and your hormones reset for the next day. When you consistently disrupt this process with late-night eating, you're not just affecting one night's sleep. You're potentially undermining your body's ability to recover, rebuild, and maintain optimal health over time. The timing of your last meal can literally be the difference between waking up refreshed and ready for the day, or feeling like you're starting each morning already behind. Ready to improve your sleep and recovery? Start tonight. Set a kitchen-closed time 2 to 3 hours before your usual bedtime and stick to it for 1 week. Notice how you feel in the mornings. Track your progress. Keep a simple log of when you eat your last meal and how you sleep. You might be surprised by the patterns you discover. Need more guidance? If you're struggling with sleep issues or want personalized advice about optimizing your evening routine, consider speaking with a healthcare provider who understands the connection between nutrition timing and sleep quality. Your body has been keeping perfect time for decades. Sometimes it just needs you to work with its natural rhythm instead of against it. Let's talk about those late-night snacks, especially what you reach for in the final hours before bed. It's a habit many of us share. After a long day when things quiet down and the house is still, that comforting bite of something sweet or greasy can feel like a reward. Maybe it's a slice of pie, a scoop of ice cream, or leftovers from dinner. It's soothing in the moment, sure, but have you ever stopped to think about how your body responds while you sleep? The truth is, what we eat before bed doesn't just influence how we fall asleep, but also the quality of our rest and how our bodies repair and restore through the night. Our bodies don't treat all foods the same, especially before bed. Foods high in sugar or saturated fats can seriously interfere with how deeply we sleep and how well our hormones regulate during the night. For example, research has shown that eating a high-sugar meal just an hour or two before lying down makes it more likely you'll wake up throughout the night. It also keeps you in lighter sleep stages, meaning your body never gets to the deep, slow-wave sleep that does the heavy lifting for physical recovery and mental clarity. Why does this happen? Because sugar causes a sharp rise in blood sugar levels, followed by a crash a few hours later, usually right when your body should be drifting into deep rest. This drop can trigger a stress response, which raises cortisol, your body's natural wake-up hormone, increases your heart rate slightly, and keeps your brain on alert when it should be winding down. Now let's consider fat, particularly saturated fat, which is found in many comfort foods like cheese-laden pizzas, burgers, and buttery treats. When you combine high fat with sugar, it's a double whammy. Your digestion slows down, your body temperature stays higher, and your nervous system stays more alert than it should be. That means your brain receives mixed signals. Part of it thinks it's bedtime, while the other part is still processing the food load and managing internal stress. You might fall asleep fast from the carb crash, but you'll likely wake up feeling groggy, stiff, or mentally foggy. That's because your body was too busy dealing with food stress to focus on healing and recovery. And this isn't just about waking up tired. Sleep disruptions caused by poor evening food choices can block the release of growth hormone, your body's natural repair crew, during sleep. It also affects testosterone production, which is essential not just for muscle strength and metabolism, but also for overall vitality and energy, especially as we age. This means that late-night indulgences could be quietly working against your long-term health goals, even if they seem harmless in the moment. So, what can you do instead? A good rule of thumb is to avoid heavy or sugary meals within about 3 hours of going to bed. If you absolutely need something, maybe you had a late workout or dinner was too early, choose something lighter and easier to digest. A small portion of cottage cheese, a boiled egg, or a casein protein shake can provide steady, slow-digesting fuel without spiking your blood sugar or overstimulating your nervous system. These kinds of foods actually support overnight recovery rather than interrupt it. Here's the bottom line. The choices you make in the evening aren't just about willpower. They're about giving your body the right signals. Just like you wouldn't turn on all the lights and expect your brain to wind down, you shouldn't flood your system with energy spikes and stress hormones and hope for deep, healing sleep. Give your body the quiet, calm environment it needs, inside and out. Let's dig into something most people overlook, how your late-night meal might be blocking one of your body's most powerful recovery tools, growth hormone. This isn't just another tip about eating lighter at night. It's about understanding the metabolic tug-of-war between two key hormones, insulin and growth hormone, and how their timing can make or break your recovery while you sleep. Each night, about 60 to 90 minutes after you fall asleep, if you're sleeping well, your brain triggers the biggest pulse of growth hormone you'll get in a 24-hour period. This surge happens during deep non-REM sleep and plays a vital role in repairing muscles, burning fat, regenerating tissue, and refreshing your whole system. But here's where it gets tricky. Growth hormone and insulin don't work well together. In fact, they compete. Insulin, which rises after you eat carbs or protein, signals the body that it's in a fed state, time to store and build. Growth hormone, on the other hand, is released during a fasted state when the body is primed to repair and regenerate. When insulin levels are high, they suppress the brain's signal to release growth hormone. It's like trying to press the gas and brake pedals at the same time. Your system gets confused and neither function happens efficiently. Studies confirm this. One published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism showed that even modest elevations in insulin can block growth hormone secretion by interfering with the hypothalamus, the brain's command center for hormone signals. That means if you eat a full meal, even a healthy one, close to bedtime, your body is stuck in storage mode instead of repair mode. This can leave you waking up feeling bloated, inflamed, or still sore from a workout that should have been recovered from overnight. So, what can you do about it? Give yourself a 2.5 to 3 hour buffer between your last real meal and bedtime. This allows insulin to drop and growth hormone to rise naturally once you fall asleep. If you must eat late, maybe after a workout, go for something low in carbs and moderate in protein, like a scoop of casein or collagen protein. These don't spike insulin much and provide slow-release amino acids without interfering with your body's natural repair signals. This isn't about being restrictive, it's about being precise. Just like turning off bright lights or stopping caffeine in the afternoon, stopping eating at the right time primes your body for optimal recovery. Growth hormone release during deep sleep isn't just about feeling rested. It drives fat metabolism, muscle healing, and cellular rejuvenation. And the best part? You don't have to do more, you just have to stop at the right time. If this gives you a clearer picture of how to work with your body at night, stick around. Subscribe for more clear, science-backed insights designed to help you age strong, sleep deep, and wake up better than yesterday. We've talked a lot about what not to eat before bed, sugary snacks, saturated fats, or anything that spikes insulin and disrupts your sleep. But what if you do need something before you sleep? Maybe you've had a long day, a late workout, or you simply rest better with a little food in your stomach. That's totally valid. The goal isn't to go to bed hungry, it's to eat in a way that supports your recovery, not blocks it. So what kind of nighttime fuel actually helps? Ideally, it checks 3 boxes. It's low in insulin impact, so growth hormone can still rise. It contains slow-digesting protein to feed your muscles through the night, and it supports sleep chemistry, helping your body ease into deep rest. One of the best options? Casein protein. It's a slow-digesting dairy protein that's been shown in multiple studies to boost overnight muscle repair. In one clinical trial, athletes who consumed 40 grams of casein about 30 minutes before bed gained more strength and muscle mass than those who didn't. Why? Casein breaks down slowly, delivering a steady stream of amino acids without spiking insulin, kind of like drip irrigation for your muscles. Cottage cheese is another excellent choice. It's rich in casein and it contains tryptophan, an amino acid that helps produce serotonin, which eventually converts to melatonin, your sleep hormone. That means it supports both muscle recovery and sleep quality. If joint or tissue repair is your focus, you might try collagen protein or bone broth powder. These don't spike insulin much, and they deliver glycine, a nutrient that's been shown to improve sleep depth and reduce core body temperature at night. In fact, one study found that just 3 grams of glycine before bed helped participants fall asleep faster, sleep deeper, and feel more refreshed in the morning. Now, maybe you're someone who just sleeps better with a little bit of carbs. That's okay too. Just choose wisely. Small portions of low glycemic carbs like kiwi slices, tart cherries, or even a bit of oatmeal can actually help your body convert tryptophan into serotonin and melatonin. The key is keeping it light, no sugar bombs or big starchy meals, and definitely nothing high-fat. Here's a simple nighttime nutrition plan. 3 hours before bed, finish your last full meal. 1 to 2 hours before bed, if needed, have 20 to 30 grams of casein or cottage cheese, optionally with a few berries or a teaspoon of nut butter. Avoid alcohol, heavy fats, and refined sugars in the final stretch before sleep. Your body isn't just digesting at night, it's communicating, repairing, and rebuilding. And the food you choose sends a signal, either let's heal or keep working. If this is helping you rethink your evening routine, hit subscribe. We're here to give you science-backed tools you can feel at night, in the mirror, and in your energy the next day. Next up, we'll dive into how caffeine, alcohol, and even certain teas can quietly sabotage all that hard-earned recovery. It's easy to assume that if you've eaten the right foods at the right times, you've set yourself up for a good night's sleep and proper recovery. But there's one layer many people overlook, and it's just as important: what you drink. Caffeine, alcohol, and even healthy stimulants like dark chocolate, matcha, or yerba mate can quietly sabotage your body's overnight repair process, especially when consumed too close to bedtime. Let's start with caffeine. It doesn't just wake you up, it blocks adenosine, a chemical that builds sleep pressure in your brain throughout the day. When caffeine blocks this signal, you don't feel sleepy, even though you are. And even if you do fall asleep later, caffeine interferes with sleep depth. Research from Harvard and Stanford shows that caffeine consumed even 6 hours before bed can cut total sleep time by over an hour and reduce deep, slow-wave sleep, the very stage where your body produces growth hormone and repairs muscle. Here's the takeaway: you might still sleep, but you won't recover. That's why sleep experts recommend stopping caffeine at least 8 to 10 hours before bed. If you aim to sleep at 10 p.m., your last cup of coffee should be no later than noon. Yes, even that 3 p.m. cup matters. Now let's talk about alcohol. Despite the myth, alcohol doesn't help you sleep. It sedates you. And that sedation is not restorative sleep. Even moderate evening drinking reduces REM sleep, fragments deep sleep, raises core body temperature, and blunts growth hormone production. One study found that just 1 or 2 drinks in the evening could suppress nighttime growth hormone by up to 70%, with effects lingering for 5 hours. That means most of your body's prime recovery window gets lost to detox rather than repair. Then there are the hidden sources of stimulation many people miss. Dark chocolate, for example, contains theobromine, a cousin of caffeine, and often packs 20 to 25 milligrams of stimulant effects per ounce. That might not sound like much, but if you're sensitive or eating it close to bedtime, it can delay sleep and reduce its quality. Green tea, yerba mate, and even some protein powders or sleep supplements can also contain stimulants or thermogenics that increase alertness or raise heart rate. Exactly what your body doesn't need before winding down. So, what's the better plan? Caffeine. Cut off by 12 p.m. or at least 8 hours before bed. Alcohol. Avoid completely for better recovery, or stop at least 3 to 4 hours before bed and hydrate well. Chocolate, teas, and supplements. Check labels and avoid anything with stimulants within 4 to 6 hours of sleep. Choose herbal options like chamomile or rooibos instead. Every sip you take in the evening sends a message. Is it helping your brain recharge and your body rebuild, or is it keeping your system stuck in stress mode? The more you understand what's in your cup, the more control you have over your recovery. If this helped you rethink your nighttime habits, subscribe for more science-backed strategies to help you sleep deeper, recover faster, and wake up ready to perform. When most people think about building muscle or protecting their strength, their focus goes straight to workouts, protein, and supplements. But what if one of the most overlooked and powerful tools for muscle growth isn't a thing you do in the gym, but what happens in your bedroom? More specifically, your body temperature while you sleep. It sounds simple, but regulating your core temperature at night can significantly improve the depth of your sleep, your hormone release, and your overnight recovery. In fact, it may be the missing piece in your muscle building and performance strategy. Here's why. Your body operates on a tightly controlled internal clock, and core temperature plays a key role in managing your sleep architecture. Research from Harvard and the University of Pittsburgh shows that a drop in core body temperature, just 1 to 2 degrees Fahrenheit, is required for your brain to transition into slow-wave sleep. That's the deep stage of sleep when growth hormone peaks, muscle fibers are repaired, inflammation drops, and your nervous system resets. This cooling process starts naturally in the evening. As the sun sets and your melatonin levels rise, your brain, the SCN or master clock in the hypothalamus, signals your body to begin offloading heat through your hands and feet. That heat loss is the trigger for deep sleep. But here's the catch. If your core stays too warm due to a hot bedroom, heavy meals, late-night workouts, or alcohol, you blunt that thermal signal, blocking your entry into deep sleep. That can reduce slow-wave sleep by up to 50%, according to sleep expert Dr. Matthew Walker. To help your body cool down and prime itself for recovery, here are 4 science-backed strategies. 1. Cool your bedroom to between 60 to 67 degrees Fahrenheit. This temperature range supports your body's natural heat loss response and is proven to improve sleep quality. A warm room can prevent your brain from signaling deep sleep, even if you feel like you're sleeping fine. 2. Take a warm shower or bath 1 to 2 hours before bed. It sounds counterintuitive, but warm water dilates blood vessels near your skin. When you step out, your body rapidly cools, mimicking the natural thermal drop that supports deep sleep. Studies show this can reduce the time it takes to fall asleep by 30% and increase slow-wave sleep. 3. Avoid intense workouts late at night. Exercise raises your core temperature for hours. If you train too close to bedtime, your body may be too hot to enter deep sleep, even if you feel tired. If evening workouts are necessary, cool down thoroughly with stretching, hydration, and a cool shower. 4. Sleep with breathable bedding and minimal clothing. Heavy blankets, flannel pajamas, or poor airflow can trap heat and prevent thermoregulation. Choose moisture-wicking fabrics like bamboo, cotton, or linen. If you overheat easily, consider cooling mattress pads. And yes, sleeping with your feet outside the blanket really does help offload excess heat. Body temperature isn't just about comfort. It's a physiological switch that decides whether your night is spent in repair or unrest. Just like you wouldn't lift weights without the proper warm-up, you can't expect peak recovery if your sleep environment is working against you. Now let's tie it all together. Muscle growth doesn't begin and end at the gym. For those of us over 30, where muscle maintenance becomes a priority, the real gains are made after the workout, when you sleep. But what neuroscience and physiology make crystal clear is this. Your nighttime routine, what you eat, what you drink, your light exposure, and your core temperature, determines whether your body builds up or breaks down. We covered 6 essential strategies rooted in hard science. Eating high-fat meals close to bed delays sleep and triggers nighttime wake-ups. Spiking insulin late at night shuts down growth hormone, the main driver of muscle repair. Even healthy carbs like fruit or oats can sabotage recovery if mistimed. Cortisol stays high when you eat too close to sleep, which reduces testosterone and dulls recovery. Alcohol and caffeine, even in small amounts, reduce slow-wave and REM sleep for hours, even after you fall asleep. Body temperature is a master switch for anabolic sleep. Cool down to repair, heat up, and you disrupt. The bigger picture here isn't just about sleep, it's about gaining control over your biology. Real recovery isn't random, it's earned through precision. That means knowing when to stop eating, when to cut caffeine, how to cool your environment, and what signals you're sending to your brain before bed. So the next time you think about performance, ask not just how hard you trained, but how well you set the stage for your body to rebuild afterward. Because growth doesn't happen in the gym. It happens in the dark, in silence, when your body is cool, rested, and free to do what it was designed to do, recover. If this helped you rethink your nighttime routine, consider subscribing. We turn cutting-edge science into simple strategies you can feel in your sleep, your strength, and your energy every morning. Here's the essence. For the next 7 days, stop eating 2 to 3 hours before bed. No snacks, no late-night protein, no alcohol, just water or herbal tea in a cool room. This simple change, backed by science, can boost your morning energy, improve workouts, sharpen focus, and subtly shift your body composition for better muscle preservation and brain performance. Ready to feel the difference? Like this video to help spread the word. Comment below with the protocol you're trying tonight. Subscribe and turn on notifications for more tips to master your biology. Remember, you don't need to overhaul your entire life overnight. The magic often lies in mastering the next hour before bed. This crucial window is where your body makes a profound decision. Do I repair and rejuvenate, or do I decline? Do I wake up stronger and sharper, or weaker and more sluggish? The science is crystal clear. The tools are delightfully simple, and the power to transform your life, muscle by muscle, night by night, is entirely within your grasp. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, sleep smart, recover deeply, and keep building the best version of yourself.